first theater of operation is the Monaco region of Mopti, where the Malian armed forces bombarded a hideout of a JNIM, and the JNIM unit that escaped were pursued by the Malian armed forces in collaboration with the Russian corps that caught up with them, initiated contact. Some of the fighters fell in combat and some were able to escape. You know, there are multiple reasons to why they were able to escape. Some fled with bullet wounds, but there are some that actually escaped through methodologies which okay, let me show you. Look at this video. So this is the reason why some of these elements are able to escape. So the only time you can guarantee maximum damage and casualty is when you use the aerial bombardment on them. Now, secondly, Mauritanian government have released a statement. They said that one of their drone crashed at the Malian border. The reason for the crash, the circumstance behind the crash, we don't know. And we don't know if it's part of the Mauritanian counter-terrorism operation, or maybe they were using it for other purpose. You know, I'm just saying, because according to the information we've gotten, regardless of what the Mauritanian people came to the Malian embassy to say, you know, we have heard with so many evidences that Mauritania is complicit. The Islamic Republic of Mauritania is complicit in the destabilization going on in Mali, and they continue to call you brothers. You know why they are calling you brothers? They call you brothers because majority of you you are in the same religion, so they will call you brother and they will still do what they got to do. It is in your own purview to recognize your enemy and remove that veil of religion, like I've always said. So there was a report that the JNIM together with the FLA are now making a threat to confront the Malian forces and the Russian African Corps in Aguelhok.
Malian friends, be careful. The JNIM terrorists are preparing a new attack on Aguelhok. According to Russian sources on the ground, they are gathering around Kidal, supported by 35 Ukrainian experts stationed in the Youth Palace. Mercenaries who are said to have been recruited by the French services. While the leaders of JNIM, including Iyad Aghali's son, live in luxury in the former governor's residence, the fanatical fighters are sent to their deaths. The Malian forces and their Russian allies remain vigilant.
Well, this is a big threat. They said they have many Ukrainian personnel on the ground that are under the French Foreign Legion, and they are going to be supporting the ground invasion with a lot of drone assaults. They said they had kamikaze drones, FPV, fiber optic. Well, I don't think that will work this time around. I think the April 25 Blitzkrieg assault, you know, it came with multiple deceptive mechanisms, which I feel that the Malians are up to speed with right now. You know, there is no movement into Aguelhok without some security calls being made. You know, nobody just goes into Aguelhok, like, you know. And what they don't understand, and what a lot of people don't know about the Aguelhok military base and the theaters of operation, is that everything is highly coordinated right now. There are special fighters in Aguelhok. I mean, the special forces, most of them are in Aguelhok. So these are not guys that fight to run. These are guys that only live, you know, for honor. The current Malian personnel in Aguelhok, they fight for honor, not even for their own lives. These guys only fight for their reputation. I'm just giving you this notification, all right? These are not guys that will submit. These are guys that will fight you to the very last man. So if they were thinking that the FPV drone and all of this thing, no, these are guys that will gladly fight you to the last moment. And apart from that, you know, they have Russian instructors on the ground and all of that. They have built a lot of defensive structures. And I know their foreign agents, their foreign helpers, the backers would have given them, probably satellite coordinates and every other thing on how they are, the planning and everything is not going to be from within Mali. It's going to be from outside Mali, probably from France. But, even the April 25 attack happened because it was a coup d'etat. There were internal collaborators. But now everybody is up to speed with, the situation. So I believe strongly that it is not going to be easy for anybody to infiltrate Aguelhok. Now we have to understand one thing. For Mali to conquer Kidal completely, they need to hold Aguelhok. For the FLA terrorists in Kidal to come out alive in any way or form, they need to win in Aguelhok. Mali has to hold Aguelhok because holding Aguelhok means the fall of Kidal. That is it. It's a direct calculus. And for the FLA to survive because of the multiple hair sorties and the campaigns against them recently, where they have no fighting chances, it's almost as if Central Kidal is like a open prison right now for the FLA, where there's no supplies and all of that. I think there is a desperate push, instead of just being isolated right inside Kidal city. The supplies are going down and they know. So I kind of believe that they are trying to push hard, not really for Aguelhok. I think some people might be trying to escape from Kidal, because if they make this move, definitely that will be the end of the terrorists in Kidal, because it will lead to a counter-offensive that will be so bad and bloody that it might, this will be very, very, very bad and, catastrophic for the enemies. Now, what do I think about this threat? I believe that nobody talks about what they are going to do. When they attacked on 25th of April, they did not talk about it, So I believe there is panic. And what they're trying to do right now is that they want the Malian mindset to shift to a defensive mindset. They don't want the Malian armed forces to be thinking offensive right now, because there's multiple wave of offensive operation on Kidal, on Tessalit. The entire region is in chaos right now for the terrorists. And for me, they are making this threat to make Malians think defensive again, that they have Ukrainian operatives on the ground and all of that. That's story. For now, the Malian armed forces continue with their offensive, and I think the Malians are on the right direction, because the best way to defend is to attack. So I believe, because according to the information we are hearing, that they are going to be attacking from Kidal. I think the capacity in Kidal is not good enough to, push on Aguelhok. I think the Malians should look up north. If there is anything that is going to happen, it's going to be coming from the Tessalit region or the Taudenit region. So if Mali should not, take anything for granted. The reconnaissance should be extensive, the surveillance should be extensive, and the bombardment should just continue, because the baptism right now is very, very valid. A lot of enemies are getting crushed, and I think this is a desperate move. The enemies are desperate. Supplies are, they are finishing up, and the Malians continue their airstrike. Like I said, we have highlight airstrikes and we have, localized air campaign. But the operation continues and the enemy continue to suffer maximum casualty. This is the information we have for today. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue to monitor the information on the ground. It's your boy 7200 signing out, enough said. But before I go, I want to appreciate everyone for coming, and to the sponsors of this video: Simanera, Cryptography Talk, Bar Design, Flavor Blade, and Ignatius Moore. I want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for your donation. I want to say thank you to everyone, and keep pushing the information, keep fighting, keep supporting. Africa will be free at last. Thank you, and God bless you.